one moment that you disrespect me in 2022, I'm out. Just don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Our argument literally sent him to the hospital. You can never love nobody more than you love yourself. So I was trying to stay away from getting personal. You can't keep it real if you don't keep it personal. My life and my channel. As you guys could tell by the title, a lot of stuff has been happening these last couple days. My relationship literally has went to shits, and unfortunately, due to it going to shits, my kid's dad, my ex-boyfriend, did end up in the hospital due to an argument. If you ask him, he blames me for it, but whatever. As you guys can see in the previous videos and previous vlogs, we have been going through it since, I guess, I want to say like Thursday. It's Sunday right now. We just came back from watching the Super Bowl. And I was like, let me just update them on what's been going on between me and him, because it's just been so much stuff. And I know I've been posting like a lot of family stuff, and my channel literally has consisted of me being a stay-at-home mom and me literally just catering to my kids and my man. So things really would be changing around here. Let me just get into what happened. So for the last 3 years of my relationship, I have been a stay-at-home mom. I got pregnant twice. I have 2 sons. I put up with a lot of things that I normally wouldn't put up with. I feel like when us females, once we're in love, we have these boundaries that we set for ourselves, but we never really follow through, because let's get it, like when females are in love, we literally would do anything for our man. So I did pop out 2 kids. Had I left when the red flags or the disrespect started with my first son, I probably wouldn't even have my second son. And I don't mean like not keep him. I mean, and I probably would never have got pregnant had I left at that time. But I stayed. Like everyone says, what you accept or what you allow is what will continue. So I allowed these disrespectful rants, these disrespectful tantrums, these disrespectful arguments. I just let the disrespect just escalate throughout the years. I've, forgave him. First year, things would happen. It would just go out of control. And he would buy me like flowers, gifts, jewelry, clothes, anything you can think of. And then now, from me accepting this disrespect so many times, the gift stopped. The disrespect got worse. And it's not always consistent disrespect, because as you can see, we can literally go a whole like 3 months and just be the happiest couple. And then it can just take that one disagreement, that one argument, for him to just escalate and just spaz on me and call me out my name. And I accepted it for so long. I accepted so much half-assedness. I accepted so much shit for 3 fucking years. Literally waiting on a ring for 3 years as well, popping out kids. And when we first started talking, I remember telling him, he asked me, if I had kids or whatever. And I told him I was waiting for marriage. So it's like, he already knew that type of thing was on my mind. And like I said, we had kids early in our relationship. So marriage was never a pressure thing, because it's like we were just worried about taking care of our responsibilities. JJ came so fast when we got into a relationship. So we didn't even have time to even think about stuff like that. But it always been a topic. Here we are going on year 4. I'm still putting up with the same disrespect. No ring. I'm staying home with the kids. Let me tell you this, because I know a lot of people always say, men always feel like, when they're the breadwinner or when they're the ones taking care of the home or paying the bills, they feel like they can have this level of respect. Let me tell you what type of woman I am. Even though I was not working and I wasn't staying home, I was bringing in so much money. I have this hustler mentality in me, and I get it from my dad. So I have this hustler mentality in me where I was still bringing home money. In the video with me and him, you can tell he said it. I don't know how she make money, but she do it. So it's not even like as if he feels like, he's taking care of me. I was in an abusive relationship a couple years ago. I don't even want to talk about it because I'm gay. very emotional about it. The scar on my face. I'll probably do a story time about it one of these days. But I've been in an abusive relationship with a narcissistic, manipulative abuser. So it's like, as my man and knowing this, it's some things that you should just take on and be like, I'm not gonna put her through this because she's already been through this type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just can't take it. And I stayed and I gave chances. And I'm not saying that I'm an angel, because I'm not an angel. I be with the shits too. My thing is, the type of person I am is, I'm a very understanding person. So if I do something to you, best believe I'm doing something to make up for it. I'm going to see why I went wrong. I'm going to apologize. And that's the type of person I'm going to right my wrongs. And also, I'm the type of person, if you bring me bullshit, if you pop the fuck off, I'm going to pop the fuck off. And I don't want to be like that no more. Like, you need to remove yourself from people who are who's bringing out this evilness in you. The energy he brings out in me is the energy I had back in high school, where it's like, you do something to me, you start something, I'm gonna finish it type of shit. I don't want to do that with my man. I want to be loved by my man. I want to sit and have mature conversations. When we have a disagreement or you feeling some type of way, you can literally just say it. And I don't mind being snapped on. Sometimes, us females need to be told off. But it's the way you go about doing certain things. You don't buck up at your girlfriend. You don't talk to your female how you would talk to a nigga on the streets. You don't do that. Our argument literally did end him in the hospital because he was so angry. And literally, the disagreement, it wasn't even a disagreement. It wasn't even an argument. It was never even supposed to be taken that serious. If I could stand before you and cry my motherfucking eyes out, and you could sit there and just look at me, or you could just lay there with your hand over your face as if what the fuck I'm saying don't matter. If you can buck up and try to fight me before you motherfucking hug me, being your woman, being your queen, you're not the man for me. The argument Thursday really put me back into a depressed spot, because as y'all know, like I said, I've been putting up with this shit for years now, and at the end of the year, we was already going through something, which you guys could see in my previous vlogs. We were already going through something, and that's when I was at my most depressed spot. If I can bring myself out of depression without your help, without your guidance, without your motivation, I can do anything. I don't need you around. I said, if you continue the disrespect in 2020, the one moment that you disrespect me, I'm out. He's still the same nigga. He's not changing. He's just the type to go months without doing it, but whenever y'all get into it, he's gonna act like that same man. A conversation about your emotions, a conversation about your feelings, a conversation about how you're stressed out, a conversation, tears. Your tears should not warrant your man to disrespect you. Ever. That man don't love you, baby. He don't. Like, I didn't want him to think, because we went to the museum on Friday and stuff, I didn't want him to think that, oh, that was okay to do. Or it was okay for him to, like, we're just gonna, it happened, we're gonna get over it how we usually do, by just not talking about it, or talk about it, and he just be like, I'm gonna change, I'm sorry. No, baby. And it just kept eating me up, like, yo, you cannot let this slide. You cannot let this slide this time. So I couldn't sleep at all Friday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay up. You go here, you go to bed, because I couldn't sleep. So I ended up washing the dishes. He had to clean ribs the next day. So I ended up washing his chopping board, washing his knives, bleaching the sink, bleaching the counters and shit to get ready for him the next day. Just for an hour later, me to get in bed and this nigga buck up at me like I'm a bitch on the street. Or more so like a nigga on a motherfucking street. No matter what you do, you can suck a nigga's dick. You can motherfucking cook for this man. You could clean for this man. You can motherfucking help him pay bills. You could help him build a motherfucking business. You could do everything up under the sun. And a nigga can still be a nigga to you. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And I'm too good of a woman to put up with that shit. So yes, whenever I addressed it to him, whenever I lay down in bed, he asked me what was wrong. And I told him, you know, how I couldn't sleep because I was stressed out. And I just started getting real teary. And I started crying. And he was just laying there as if he didn't give a fuck with his hand over his head. I'm like, yo, this is the time when you're supposed to console me, hug me. You know what I'm saying? I'm asleep. He started snapping on me. And after that, it just escalated. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I just want to tell y'all the gist of how it started. It was just really never supposed to get that serious. How me crying about how you made me feel, man, and even if you are mad because I woke you up at 4, which I didn't even wake you up because you asked me why couldn't I sleep, and I told you, and then I got super emotional. So that nothing warrants your man to call you out your name. And people always say in relationships that if your spouse can disrespect you over the littlest disagreement, you know, or call you out your name over the littlest disagreement, you know, that's a red flag. So yeah, and it just escalated from there, and he just started having temper tantrums, started, you know, going off and ready to fight and swinging doors and punching walls, just doing extra shit. And I'm assuming, I guess it just sent him into, you know, his chest got tight, and then he kept saying, you know, his chest was tight. He went to the hospital, and then that's when they said, you know, he was damn near close to a heart attack. Like, he was damn near close to a fucking heart attack because he was snapping. Like, how do you get that angry over something so simple to the point where you're damn near about to have a heart attack? No. And luckily, thank God he didn't. Thank God he's okay. It was just blood pressure, his high blood pressure, and something going on with his heart. So they're keeping him or whatever for a couple of days. So yes, you know, our argument literally sent him to the hospital. And you guys, like I said, you guys will be seeing a lot of different things on this channel. I won't be posting any family things. I won't be posting him anymore. I might talk about my relationship on there with him, but as far as like him and me being, no, that's dead. I have to stand up for what I believe, and I love myself more than I love anybody else. You can never love nobody more than you love yourself. And if you continuously forgive somebody who disrespects you and don't treat you good, that's a sign that you don't love yourself. You love them more than you love yourself. You have to love yourself all the time. And my motto is, don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Do not let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Don't. I see too often women stay in relationships with men because they got kids, or they stay in relationships with men because they want to have that ideal relationship, or they want to look like they're so happy and they want this, I got my husband. I hear people say, my husband. Your husband ain't shit. Your husband be fucking off. Your husband disrespect you every chance he get. Your husband don't come home at night. Your husband, like, it's so, I see it so often where women stay with men strictly just because they want to say they got a man. Strictly because they want to say they got a family. Strictly because they love that man more than they love themselves, but they don't know that though. I'm not one of those. I'm too strong. I'm too strong-minded. I'm too level. I'm just too much of a woman to accept those things and to tarnish my kids in the way just to love. No, baby. No. Our argument literally sent him to the hospital, and he is okay. Like I said, he blaming me, but it's not me. I just wanted to update you guys and let y'all, know what's going on, because these last couple of days just been crazy. It's just been crazy. So this comes to the end of this video. I just wanted to update you guys on what's been going on, to let you guys know, yes, it's been crazy around here, and yes, I will be a single mom, and yes, this channel will definitely be changing into something completely different, because not something completely different because I'm still a mom. So y'all would definitely see all those things. But that whole family dynamic, it would just be me and my boys. That's my family for right now. Thank you guys for coming to my video, for watching and keeping up with me. Thank you for the consistent views. I know I don't get a lot of views, but thank you for the people who are consistently watching my videos, consistently supporting me. Hopefully my channel would blow up one day, and it was just, you know, my videos will help another female come to light and see that she deserves way more. And hopefully my videos would you know, let a mom know that it's okay to have a single parent household. It's okay to step out of that family dynamic and leave a man and be on your own. It's okay to raise your kids by yourself. It's okay to be alone, be by yourself. It's okay. And hopefully a lot of my videos, I feel like anybody could take a lesson or take anything from them, because I do post good stuff and I do talk about good stuff and I do keep it real. Like I told y'all from video one, y'all are going to get the real on this channel. It's not going to be no fake stuff. It's not going to be no, you know, I go to people's channels a lot, and I see that I like to watch stuff where people get a little personal. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to literally, I'll binge watch somebody's YouTube channel just to see, you know, their whole life. And that's how I the stuff that I look for in YouTube channels is the stuff that I try to put out in my channels. And I notice I do get a little bit personal. I was trying to stay away from getting personal, but you can't keep it real if you don't keep it personal. So thank you guys for coming back to another video. Hopefully you guys, you know, continue to keep up with me, see how I'm doing. Thanks for viewing. And yes, peace.